When the show by Lauderdale, Jones, Scott, and Smith, Winston, Leak, you better act right. Don't drive slow and be wild at night. 'Cause you need to know that if you do, that Scotty Ray is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. That man is faster than a scalded cat. If you do something dumb, then you better run with haste. Scotty Ray's at a wreck before it ever takes place.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. It's Friday, and we need to have a moment of, well, what's the word, Greg?
Peace, quiet.
Your chair is empty over there.
No, it just...
And she's sending us pictures of Trump Tower, Chicago.
Yeah, she left me a poem, so, you know.
What did your poem say?
Dear Greg, roses are red, violets are blue. What is that smell? It's probably you. So I wrote her back.
What did Greg send her?
Roses are red, pigs like mud. Your poetry writing is a dud.
If you're just tuning in, Julia didn't make the show.
PTO time, I guess.
Yeah.
Once again, she's out of it, and I knew about this in advance, as we all know. She told us last Friday, and as you will see, I didn't plan ahead, and well, she's irreplaceable, huh?
It's on your fancy calendar.
It says right over there, gone. But you know, like you take yesterday after, there was like 5 things happening at once. I was trying to figure it out, and well, I got behind.
And when you try to fill a pair of shoes that big, I mean, it's just hard to do.
It is very hard.
You know, like Jerry Lee Lewis said, maybe walking in my footsteps, but just can't feel my shoes or something like that. I don't know. Anyhow,
You can put them on, but then you just don't fill them up.
Right. Chicago is lucky to have her today.
Is she up there trying to buy a car? What's she doing? Anybody know?
I don't know.
Is she up there singing? She didn't tell us her.
No, I don't know.
And she don't need that like it's personal.
And they already called it the Windy City, so, I mean, hot air is everywhere.
Her hair is probably not doing real good.
Ooh, what you talking
As
about?
long as it takes her to fix it.
But seriously, because used to it was known for Oprah having her show up there. Does anything go on in Chicago at this point? I mean, like, what's their big attraction to come to Chicago?
The Sears Tower.
That's too high for me, so that's out. I can't plan a vacation for that, y'all. And I know that they probably have some huge attractions, but I'm going blank here. I mean, do they have a Bass Pro Shop or anything?
I've never.
You can't
I've never been.
like that.
Aren't they a sanctuary city?
That's possible. I'm not sure.
Is she
Maybe
scared?
she's up there checking security, see how they do events.
Could be.
Wow.
Yeah, getting some new barriers, maybe.
Yeah. Metal detectors.
Seeing how they do their
full moon
functions and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, they only have half moon.
Well, me and Scott, we'd highly recommended getting helium to fill those full moons with.
Yes.
I mean, I think it'd be great.
And then we could cut them loose, but anyhow.
Waiting for that. Our next event's coming up. Is it April? Our
April the
Yeah, something like that.
Can't wait to attend that. We'll already know who's not going to be mayor by then. It's going to be a big elimination come April 1.
Ooh, yeah.
Everything's going to be kind of cut down to 2 people.
Well,
from there.
yeah. So we won't know yet.
Oh no, but we'll know who ain't going to be.
Well, we'll know half of them
Correct.
because you'll have a runoff. It's going to be around April 20th.
Well, they call it the heat races will be over with. We'll be waiting on the feature. Is that right?
No, because you're going to have a runoff.
Oh, okay.
That's not going to be till April 20th or something like
Right,
that.
but
So you're
Odie-
going to lose half. You're going to lose 2, and there'll still be 2 there.
But Odie, you're missing the big picture here. There's a lot of people that are seeking office right now that are convinced that they're going to win. And
Oh, yes.
I have seen the future. I have held my crystal ball right here that is mighty hot. Let me set that down.
Yeah, or drop it, one or the
Don't
other.
spill that. I messed up. I gave him a full cup this morning.
Yeah, I can't be having that. But there's going to be some eliminations, and people are going to go, I thought they loved me.
Yeah.
And they're going to find out that, well, their policies weren't that good, and they're not going to be elected mayor. Yeah, that's
It's
coming.
going to be 3 of them's going to be going.
It's kind of like your mama telling you were wonderful all those years until you entered that talent show, and what's his name? Got on there and said, "You're awful. You and your mama." What's his
Mama said.
Simon. Simon says you can't be mayor. That's coming up. We do have some heated, races in this for city council as well.
Yeah, I mean, we spend a lot of time, we're talking about mayor, but also we've had two people already on the show that's talked about their bid for city council. That is important.
Yeah,
You've got to have both of those offices working together.
They normally don't.
And normally don't. Let's see if we can't get a whole team that's willing to sit down and work together.
Playing the same way? I mean, like
playing on the same
side, yeah.
We're not in a World Series.
Wouldn't that be neat to try?
Yeah.
But, it's kind of like Washington as we bring this up. And when Percy was in here, he made a comment about it. You go back to Nancy Pelosi. She really deep down wanted to be president. And so whatever she could do to cause trouble for the other side while she was on this side of the fence, instead of trying to do what's best for America, there were stumbling blocks put up. And if you're mayor and you've got somebody on a city council that wants to be mayor, they're not going to help you.
And that's how they can.
I don't know how you stop that.
They would actually make themselves look better by doing the right thing, no matter what seat they're in.
What did we learn from House of Cards?
But
that's a pretty tough show. Did y'all hear about it? And Greg, I don't know. Last night we had us one of those big old police chases. Woo!
I missed that too.
Went right through the four-way stop there at Marion, ran up there to where the cattle company was. Y'all know where that is? It's called Miller now. Let me show you where it is.
Yeah.
Right here.
Used to be Meridian Order
cattle.
Buyers.
Meridian Order Buyers.
The Denny's had it for years.
Yeah.
But if you passed the little griddle coming up here with blue lights flashing, it would be about right there. It's where it all came to a stop. And the person they were chasing got out and boogied
They didn't run, did they?
They did. Here come the Meridian Police Department with old Rover.
And?
Larry Gill. I hear Larry Gill was out there in his robe trying to help chase down with a flashlight.
Did he get it?
They did not. He got away, slipped away into the darkness. They did get the car. It was hauled up on a trailer. We do know that. Now, no word yet if the car was stolen.
Oh, more
used to
likely.
you could say, well, they know who it is.
Yeah.
We got too many stolen cars these days to know who that is.
They're smart enough not to use their own car.
Yeah, you got to give them credit for that. There was one I hate to admit that I got sidetracked yesterday and I went to the wrong location. I actually ended up and I pulled up and I said, "Where's that stolen car?" And they looked at me like, I said, "No, really, where is it?" And they give me that look again, like, "What are you talking about, Willis?" And it was a disturbance I went to. Somewhere. Then when I found out where the car, I didn't have time to get there, but a stolen car was recovered yesterday, and I didn't get there in time.
Well, at least it was recovered.
Yeah, it was. Not much left of it. No tires. And a few things may have been removed from it.
So they pulled a six-pack and took the good stuff off.
Yeah, it must have had good tires.
Left the frame and the VIN number.
Yeah.
It is Friday, and we're going to get into this. Everybody in this room deals with some form of keeping you safe when it comes to weather and accidents. We're going to talk about this again in a little bit more detail in just a second. Then we'll get back on track with some of the headlines. But we want to talk about weather and how this is going to affect you. We're going to do that in just a moment here at the Scotty Ray Report. When it comes to enhancing your outdoor experience, you need a companion that can keep up. The Kubota RTV 850 Sidekick at Parrish is your ultimate utility vehicle for every adventure. From the deer camp to trail riding or just working around on the farm, the Sidekick delivers powerful performance and versatility. These units start at $15,499 cash and have a $2,000 rebate. Financing is available as low as $285 a month.
We welcome you to a new vehicle buying experience here at Doc's Toyota. Buying a new vehicle doesn't have to be stressful, but don't just take our word for it.
This was the best experience I've ever had buying a vehicle.
Doc's employees are top-notch.
I drove 2 hours, not once, but twice, to purchase 2 vehicles with a 5-month time frame.
Doc's delivers competitive pricing, a comprehensive selection, and flexible financing options, helping you get on the road from Carthage, Meridian, and beyond. There's a reason why there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in. are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, and of course it's Fun Friday. Greg is here. We are missing our empty chairperson there.
Yep. Kick the ball, drag Julia. Kick the ball, drag
Sure hope
Julia.
she don't step out of her hotel room and get locked out of it.
Yeah.
Maybe she had more than a robe on.
And all that wind.
Just blow her away.
We know what that wind will do to you, you know, or Amy does anyway.
Watch that. And speaking of wind, as we get into this, and let's take a minute and talk about what is coming, because we have one of the most serious, severe threats that we've had all year. We have had tornadoes. Luckily, nothing in Lauderdale County. The closest, we've had some damage. Let me back that up. We have had some damage. I know Wayne County had a confirmed tornado a couple of times there where it destroyed some homes, and we've had some extensive wind damage. We
Well, the
lost
last
a building.
couple storms, we've had 3 tornadoes in our area.
Right.
We were lucky enough to only have very, very few damages to homes or businesses compared to what we could have. And that is nothing compared to what we see we may be getting in or around our area, and it's really time to stay vigilant on this.
Now, we did have a shop, a business out in the
Lost Gap
prison area there, a mechanic shop. It was destroyed this last one by wind damage. It wasn't a tornado, it was straight line winds that destroyed that. Now, Greg, you've been in here during bad weather, and I want to do this because I addressed this earlier on the first show. A lot of people say, well, when we're watching Facebook, I'm staring at my phone, it's not big enough. Another way to do this, we're also on YouTube. I want you to look at this. Here's one way of doing this. I took a picture of this morning and put this up. You can put us live from YouTube on your television. It's easy. You look it up, and let me show you where the address is. It's simply go to YouTube, type in Scotty Ray Report, and you can pull up our page there. You can watch it all live as it happens here on YouTube. Each and every day we're there, and you can watch the weather live from there as well. It's another way of doing it where you can sit back and see it on the large screen and then have your phone or your iPad to take part in the comments. There's 2 ways to do that to where you can participate. What we have is unprecedented.
Precedented?
Yeah.
We know what you. I think everybody.
I got tongue twisted again. I was with the kids yesterday, and I was trying to say razzle, spring flinging or something like that, and I couldn't get it out. And I attempted several times. It was just.
Did you record this?
Oh, it was live. We did.
Oh.
And you know, and a lot of things go on, and I'm going to start doing more of that when we go to see, because we do see a lot of kids during the week. We read books. We do a lot of things.
A lot of good stuff. It's not just bad news.
Correct.
I mean, if something good's happening, the Scotty Ray Report's usually there.
And so we read to the
bad,
kids.
and ugly.
That was fun there at the library. Tons of kids. They had horses around back to where you could go see the horses there and pet them there at the Meridian Public Library. Yeah.
They had horses at the library.
Yep, sure did. Right
Not
back
inside.
Let's go up there and just kind of pet them there. Okay. But a lot of book reading. The kids really enjoyed it. We took a lot of pictures with the kids. We just had a blast there. But we're going to do more of those events as well where you can see it. Now, getting back to what we originally were going to talk about, and that's this severe weather. Let's pull up this. Now, again, there's nothing that says this is going to remain a 4. It could go higher. Right now it's kind of moderate of what we're expecting here. The level 4 is what we've got, increasing. Now, look at this wording that the National Weather Service is telling us. Tornadoes likely. Didn't say it could happen. Very, very,
Very likely.
Below that is that next line. Strong and long track. If y'all remember, it was that April that it cut across from Meridian to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I don't remember how many miles it was, and just went down McFarland Drive, destroying everything in its path. Y'all remember that?
That's the one that took out Louisville.
Yeah, we had one earlier.
The hospital it was like 3 of them all together, 3 tornadoes all together. And y'all that live in Louisville, I know y'all still are dealing with that.
Yeah, you don't forget
the pain of it. And it went all the way through and wiped out poor University of Alabama.
as we look at this, here's what we've got. Here's the radar. This is where all this is going to take. Basically, this is a Mississippi, Alabama tornado. That does take in a tad bit there, Baton Rouge, over to Alexandria, east of Monroe coming here. Delhi, Louisiana could start there and go as far over to the edge of the state line and just a little bit around Pensacola, Florida, that area there. But most likely this stuff will go through these areas like it does in this eastern side of the state.
Yeah. Are we going to be on the north or the south side of it? And
we'll see. Now, what we're expecting, somewhere around 70-mile-an-hour winds with this. Now, as we start looking deep into it, and this could change. Right now we're looking, as I mentioned earlier this morning, we've got a level 3 storm overnight. Now, that could happen anytime 1:30, yes,
tonight,
or morning, however you want to word it. 1:30 in the morning, those to about 5 a.m. We've got that level 3. After daylight breaks, somewhere around 10 o'clock is what the National Weather Service is going to throw up on this until 10 p.m/11 p.m. as it exits the state and goes into Alabama. Now, it could be out by 8:30, but they're giving it up to 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock is what we're looking at.
That speed, we're still looking at how fast is that system going to move as it comes across the state.
Right now, I see storms developing around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It could be earlier, it could be a little bit later, but expect something about mid-afternoon to begin and then way into the dark time hours there.
Yeah.
Again, it all depends upon wind movement as to the timeline of this, and this will be defined and tweaked a little bit in between now and then. But it's your safety that is the utmost. Your kids, your pets, everything around this.
Yeah.
Now, Greg, I'm going to let you talk a second because you've done this a lot. That we've talked about trees and what to expect. What do you need to do to get prepared for this storm as it comes?
Flying debris. Anything you can tie down, flip over, move. We always see on the Weather Channel and old Jim Cantori and them and trampolines going about 300 miles an hour. A lot of the way I did this, I don't know if this is textbook. When we had one, it wasn't for me, Odie. When my daughter had a trampoline, we would flip it upside down and then set something heavy on it,
where it wouldn't go.
Yeah,
like a vehicle.
Yeah, it ain't easy to do turning it over, but people, well, I'll turn mine over, didn't nothing even happen. Well, what do you want to happen?
Still got your trampoline.
I mean, you still got your trampoline. It's not stuck through the neighbor's dormer window or something.
That's correct.
But flying debris is usually a big issue. If you got hanging plants, set them down. If you got lawn furniture, take one rope and tie it all together and tie it to a tree or something. I mean, it's usually the debris, like we've talked about before, people that have lost their lives in these storms. It's usually debris flying. We've always, people think we're kidding or we're joking. We're not. A football helmet, a motorcycle helmet, anything to protect your head, because it's usually the debris. So today's the day, even your garbage can, hey, tie it to the railing of the porch, or tie it to a post or something.
Slim.
Yeah. All you can do is hope somebody else's blows into your yard if yours blows away.
At least they don't have names on them.
That's right. But, tie anything down that you can tie down. I mean, it ain't hurt nothing. Spend an hour outside kind of freshening up things.
Let's look at this. I had mentioned this is the level 3 for tonight. I didn't show this screen here as we pull this up here. Here's the level 3 for tonight, and this will go down as far. This is going to be right around Quitman, Jay's Taxidermy. Right there at Jay's is where the level 3 cuts off tonight. That shows you the outlook of what we got coming. This is in the early morning hours is when this will be going on, and then that will quickly transition at daylight. Now, all you folks that are watching us from up in Illinois, Des Moines, and those areas there around Chicago need to pay attention. And Julia needs to pay quite a bit attention. I don't know when her flight takes out.
Well, if she's on that broom, she needs to put a seatbelt on.
I mean, it could blow her.
That's right.
So be cautious in those areas there as well as we monitor this weather as it comes near us. We got a lot still to come of what's gone on in Meridian in the last 24 hours. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Somebody done got stabbed here.
Uh-oh.
We'll tell you all about it next.
Run out of bullets.
Yes, sir.
Joe Norwood is asking for your vote, District 82, House of Representatives, March 25th. Norwood has been District 4 Supervisor since 2000, served on numerous boards in the area, was instrumental with the weather radar in Marion, and helped bringing the data center to Meridian. He is a member of numerous associations, both national and state. He asks again for your vote March 25th for House of Representatives District 82, paid for by Committee to Elect Joe Norwood.
The tractors are rolling at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. Drop in and see Keith, Cornbread, or Buttermilk. They've got a tractor that fits the need that you have. Whether it's a 26 horsepower, a 40, or bigger. Plus, they offer 0% financing for up to 96 months. Whether it's a part, a new tractor, 0% financing, or just simply a laugh. 601-626-8759, Highway 494 in Collinsville. That's Freeman Tractor. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rockhouse Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rockhouse Gun and Pawn. Welcome, Scotty Ray and Odie and the entire gang. Greg is in with us. It is Friday. As I mentioned, we had someone that was hurt last night. If you're familiar with State Boulevard Extension, you'll go down to 4700 block of 25th Avenue is where this would take place as we pull up to take a closer look at this. Now, the injury is not life-threatening. He was transported to a local hospital for care. But at the end of the day, it was still a pretty serious situation that took place of being harmed with a knife. No updates on that at this point. Also, let me go back over here and show you this road map here. Overnight, where did my map go? I had one. You ever lose something?
Yeah, I lose it all the time.
There was gunfire last night. Y'all are shocked, correct?
No.
You sure?
For real.
For real, it did. Here we go. We had a car shot right here. Here's Mary Hope. If you were to go past Mary Hope, go due north, and then take a left-hand turn there on 12th. That would be right in that area there. A car was struck with gunfire. We had gunfire in several places last night. That one would happen to actually hit something that we're aware of. Now, and keep in mind, when we report this stuff of no injuries, at night sometimes it's hard to see. During the daylight hours, sometimes that gets updated, and that's why I always put...
They're going to land somewhere.
Yes, sir.
All those that don't understand how, what is that word, trajectory?
Trajectory and
I mean,
physics.
if it goes up in the air, it's coming back down. If it goes this way, it's going to land somewhere.
All those old westerns where everybody in the town would go outside and ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In about 10 minutes, it wasn't good.
Everybody went inside real quick.
Yeah.
I was out and about yesterday afternoon, and I couldn't help but notice the police presence at A's there across from the train station. So I whipped in, and I've watched the video. I've actually got a copy of it to where a man strolls inside, wants to be served some alcohol. He was refused, and I think the word I used is reeked of alcohol, and there is a law for anybody who serves. If someone is already, you don't need to give them any more.
That's right.
That's right.
He was refused service. That would be about the time he started spitting into the face of the waitress manager at the establishment, and it turns out he refused to leave. Police were called. He even went over and played a little bit on the piano before he exited out front and was taken into custody. And here's what it is. She's sweet as she can be. She didn't deserve to have that done to her. As we can see, as we're parked out front where all of this happened.
He lucky she didn't beat him half to death.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
And he would have deserved it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
There's the piano playing man there himself.
He needs his clock cleaned.
And, well, he went on down. They
Call that learning a lesson, isn't it?
Yeah. He was taken into custody, and again, she wasn't hurt. But I mean, that's not the thing to do, by any means. And again, allegedly, all of this, he was intoxicated. He was taken in and charged with disorderly disruption of a business and intoxication there, and that would fall under when you spit on someone. That becomes whatchamacallit. I went blank there.
Simple assault.
Simple assault
Okay,
there.
yeah.
Assault.
Okay.
I went blank for a moment there. But that's assault. When you do that, you can't do that. So he was taken into custody and got a little ride. As I drove up, he went off.
Y'all go down there and support her.
That's hard-working, good people and good food. And nobody gives more to this community, to Clark County, to everybody than A does. That's a working lady.
No, it wasn't just around here. When North Carolina got destroyed, she didn't put a big banner up. She didn't make this well known. And OJ, I'm sorry if you get mad at me, but I'm going to give you kudos on this. She got with some pilots. She cooked food here, put it on an airplane, and there was people in North Carolina eating hot meals from Meridian, Mississippi because of OJ.
Yeah.
That's the type of person she is.
They good people. I mean, her and her husband Brad. I mean, they good people, hard-working. Miss Tina in the kitchen. I mean, they good people.
And Katina put up a good point there. Store clerks have the right to refuse people of buying alcohol if they have the reek of that. If they can tell, because it's your duty. You can't let somebody get more and be involved in an accident. And I'm sure that they get yelled at a lot also.
Oh yeah,
there's something to think on. And I wouldn't, Lord bless it, I wouldn't want to be a bartender nowhere.
Well, who hadn't been in a Dollar General? And I'll just use that as an example.
Because there's some
and heard people acting like a fool to the folks running the cash register. You know what I'm saying? They got a job to do. You know what I mean? Here's a thought. Be nice, people. If you can't be nothing else, be nice. Yeah. But they give these folks fits. They understaffed. They're overworked. And there's usually only one of them in a store to do the stocking, the parking lot cleanup, and check folks out, and make sure you lock the bathroom.
And it's not her problem or his problem.
That's right.
They're stuck in the middle of it.
And and they're scared half to death, and I don't blame them. So, all right, I got that off.
Well, I agree with it. We had something good happen yesterday. Y'all have heard the word CTED, those guys that roam around. They got the little blue cars, and they always show up with these 18-wheeler wrecks and things. They got a bolo yesterday that an elderly lady was missing from Louisiana, and somewhere between Newton and Meridian. They spotted the car, they pulled it over, and she was just very confused. And they were able to pull her over. She had a medical problem going on, and they were able to call family members from Louisiana, and she was transported home safely. That's one of those good stories, kind of like your mom that time.
I was going to say, that's what happened with Greg. I go out of town. Greg loses my mama.
He ain't been gone 8 hours, and I thought, oh, my Lord, I done lost his mama. Hey, but we found, thanks to a combined effort with everyone, with Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department, Highway Patrol, the CIA, KGB, FBI, and
all them people.
All them I's and E's. We found her.
What? Somewhere in Alabama you can't even get to.
Way off. She took the wrong exit.
Oh, Mama and Miss Jackie on it.
But we found her.
Did anybody look up last night?
You know, Amy was supposed to go outside at 2:30.
That thing was pretty and big.
I told Amy to get up at 2:30, set her alarm, so we could get a picture of that.
What was that thing? Oh, Where Was London?
Oh, yeah.
And what was that song? Long Cool Lady and a... No, the Where Was of London. That was the name of that song.
Okay.
You remember that?
No.
Beowulf?
That was big, Greg.
Who sang that? Was it Beowulf?
I don't know. I just know.
There's
think
Amy
I
yelling
got
at the
that
TV.
channel.
Who it is?
Yeah. Where was
There it
London?
is. Grove Hill, Alabama is where they found Mama.
A long way off from right here. Let's be honest about that. We had a little fender bender happen on 23rd Avenue. What is it? What I mean?
Well, then we had to put out on them snares when she come back through to catch her because she was going so fast.
There was Highway Patrol, Lauderdale Sheriff, City of Meridian Police, Lauderdale County Fire, EMA, had every road coming into Meridian covered.
Blocked.
Next thing we know, Mama found going up Highway 19 in Collinsville.
She done come all the way through Meridian. All I can think about when them aircraft carriers where you got to put that tongue out to catch them.
How did you get here? I don't know.
Was a hood emblem on that Lincoln lady?
No, she was in a little bitty Ford.
Where'd she get that?
She was in
That was
disguise.
Aunt Jackie's, yeah.
She just borrowed somebody's car.
Well, no, Aunt Jackie was with her.
Oh, and she didn't know where she was either.
No,
No.
she was the co-pilot.
They were happy.
I do.
Greg was nervous.
And we say all of this because my mother now also is in this condition.
Oh, yeah.
Who, God bless her soul, has really no clue where she is or what's going on anymore.
Yeah.
But I remember dropping by the office one day I think me and you were standing outside, and I pulled over, and Odie was pulling a trailer, and he went on down. And next thing you know, he's walking back with his mama.
Yep.
And she was supposed to be at the doctor.
Yep. She was 2 or 3 blocks away. This was August. It was hot.
Yeah, it was hot.
And she's walking. And you know, we laughing and cutting up, but seriously, people, make a picture of a tag, because you need to know a tag number.
Yes.
Stuff that we just don't think about. And again, I'm technology illiterate, but what's that, air tags or whatever, if you can put that in their purse, put that on a vehicle, something, you assume you know where they're going, and they assume they know where they're going, but and it's every week it seems like it's getting more and more people call our office. I've lost my mom, I've lost my granddaddy, they left to go. The technology's there. We just need to use it. What's that on your wheel? Yeah, that's what I was going to say, on your phone. The Life 360.
Yep.
Anything like that. But please, I mean, we're all getting older. I mean,
Right, it's tough.
Make sure somebody knows where you're at.
And we can laugh about it now because she's okay. She's doing good. She's not driving.
I took my mom's car away. It can't happen. And
And I tell you, that's the hardest thing in the world to do, is take your mama's car.
nice breeze. That's a give me the keys.
No, we wasn't. Mama wasn't having this at first. Mama didn't have a problem.
Well,
Mama had extra keys too. You
Mama
found that
had
out
extra
too.
keys, and she looked at me and my sister and said, "Take my car. I'll go buy another one." And you're going, she would.
And that has happened. I know that. I kid y'all not. I know people who have bought cars and had them delivered to nursing homes.
Yeah.
Bought them online.
It can happen.
Well, now, she wasn't going to buy nothing online. She can't spell online, much less get on it.
Well,
but
I just pray we live to be old enough to aggravate our kids.
Absolutely there. But just y'all, it's going to happen to every one of us, your parents.
That's right.
It's like they take care of you, you have to take care of them.
That's right. But the technology's out there. Even though I don't know what I'm doing, I'm telling you, it's a lot easier to put some kind of device on a vehicle, in their purse, whatever, something to keep up, because and don't get mad because they don't know what they're doing. I mean, there's no point in getting ill with them.
And call us as soon as you feel that you can't find them, because it takes a little time to get our team together, get everybody. Law enforcement's going to be there getting ready, and then we're calling in teams. And once we get everybody together, we're going to do full-fledged. We're going out and searching. So call us, because we would rather you call and say, "Never mind, we found her."
That happened not long ago in Marion. If y'all remember, there was somebody who.
The night of the storms. We canvassed the whole city.
Yeah. It was, guys, we've got to come together. We're going full-fledged now. We called in team after team after team. I said, we've got like 2 hours before a storm hits. We're fixing to find this lady.
And fortunately, that ended well.
Yes.
Ended very well.
But there's been other times I know that there's been days searched. Y'all been there with us as we tell
We've
you
got
about
the one in Kemper we still hadn't found.
Correct. There was do you remember down by, I don't know how many years ago this has been, we were all there at Highland, a lady that come up with, and she was missing for a couple of days, and she was found safe.
Yes, the Highland Baptist Church.
Wasn't she found in a car, sitting in she'd stumbled up on a car and opened the door and gotten in it, and just sitting there?
Yep.
And everybody had kind of been past her and didn't see her. It was just a car sitting in somebody's yard, if I remember right.
And had searched that.
Yeah.
That area and car had been searched, and it had moved down and progressed, and then she had turned around and come in behind us, not knowing.
Right.
Well, we found the elderly gentleman on Old 19 out there on the left that was from North Carolina, South Carolina, had pulled off there and had fallen in I'm talking about a booger infested looking ditch
I didn't
in
wanna
July or
walk it.
August, and had spent the night in that ditch.
Man, and he ended up being okay.
Oh yeah. Looked like, I mean, it looked like the snake house at the zoo. And this poor old fella, he had no clue. He didn't know if he was washing or hanging out.
So those are
I mean,
things.
it can happen.
It can. We got more coming up. We'll tell you what's going on. We're going to go back in history. A few more things on the way this morning. Here's the Scotty Ray Report.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with the gang here as we move along there. Lots of folks saying that, of that extra training they do.
SEAL Team 6. We had SEAL Team for that horse that was out there on 45.
Now, I've been a lot of horse chases. Which one now?
No,
Dumb and Dumber. Odie and Allen had been diving in a lake and had on them rubber-looking suits. They looked like them Teletubbies.
Yeah.
sea lions
And we
would
come
be better.
upon this poor lady chasing this horse in the middle of the public highway.
Yeah.
Well, they get out and proceed to help. Well, when that horse seen them two Teletubbies,
It went back home.
he jumped the fence and got back in the fence on his own.
It worked, didn't it?
And it was like August or September.
That was SEAL Team Lauderdale.
I remember it was during lunch. We found a horse out at Bonita.
Bonita Lakes, that's right.
He just walked on up to you and sniffed you. I remember that.
Saddle and all. He throwed the rider, and they'd been looking for it.
He looked like a big carrot.
They call me the horse whisperer.
Oh, now we got it. Let's go back and take a little trip in time here and look at a few things that happened in history on this day. Remember what happened in 1879?
I was at school.
Genius was born.
Me and Odie was at school that day. It was warm. I
We were in
remember.
elementary.
Albert Einstein, one of supposedly the greatest minds there ever was born on this date. Didn't say he was a handsome fella.
No, I was going to say he come along before Rusty Peak opened his barber shop.
Do y'all remember this guy, Michael
do.
Caine?
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
1933 when he was born.
He was a good actor.
Yeah, I liked his movies. What were you just saying? Look at that look over there.
I was trying to think of something I thought he played in, but I couldn't. I went blank.
It's I can see him in my head. I just can't
I thought he
name one.
played in like a
Well, he
series.
played in Batman. He played.
You know, I ain't never watched Batman, Spider-Man. I don't watch stuff like
I'm gonna
that.
be honest about the Batman stuff. That Gotham, the fake look, I don't really.
Say that
I like more realistic stuff.
No.
And Batman has a lot of stuff. That,
I'm the only person probably on earth I've never watched Star Wars,
I hadn't
Empire
seen it.
Strikes Back.
Nope,
I
hadn't
don't
seen
care
it.
nothing about none of
watched
that.
all
I just, to each their own. I'm not knocking you. If you like it, go ahead, be weird. I don't care.
Dress weird.
Dress
I
to
ain't
Kill.
watching it.
Now, Dress to Kill, wasn't that a 007? Was he in a 007 movie?
I never saw that one. But he was in a lot of crime stuff.
I thought he had a series on.
Yeah, he did. I just don't know what. We'll have to do
can't
some.
If he wasn't on the Hallmark Channel, Greg.
Well, he did.
Somebody Google that and tell us. Anybody remember a guy named Quincy Jones? He was also born today. Big singer there, Quincy Jones.
All right, then.
You got to name something.
I know the
I
name,
can't. We do have an odd bird having a birthday today in the world of country music. She ran calling wildfire.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, Michael Martin Murphy, who would at some point during his career would go cowboy. You know that the cowboy fire sit around the campfire songs. and he went totally out of mainstream into doing that, just the cowboy get-up songs of riding trails, and that's all he's done.
All right,
Whatever works for him.
So Bob come in here and named a movie that he was in, and all three of us, I know, has sat and watched this movie more than one time.
What is it?
Secondhand Line.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That is the
Absolutely.
Oh my heavens! If you ain't,
Yes.
as we were talking about getting older, the whole thing.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one,
Folks, if you've never seen that, block off this weekend before the bad weather hits and watch that.
That's a good one.
I watched Raising Arizona last night.
What's his name that was in the movie with him? Secondhand Lines.
He played on Days of Thunder.
Lonesome Dove.
But anyway, and then the little boy that.
But one of the funniest scenes is when he had just gotten out of the hospital and they pull up to the store to get a Coke and they're sitting there, those teenagers.
Yeah.
Whooped all of them.
Smacked all of them around. Throwed them out there in their car.
Yeah.
Give him his knife back. No, son, don't do it like that. You got to do it like this.
Oh, that's a movie if you ain't never seen one.
Robert Duvall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert Duvall, quite an actor. And of course, he was the prince and done all this stuff. That was good.
Yeah.
Anybody remember, what was it, the Oscars that this guy used to do a lot of before he got a horse?
Yeah, it was the Oscars.
What's his name? Billy Crystal has a birthday today. I'd almost forgotten about Billy Crystal. You just never hear of him anymore.
No.
What was that movie?
That he was in?
Yeah.
City Slickers?
That's
City
it.
Slickers.
Yeah, the horses.
That's it, yeah.
And whoever the old guy was on the horse.
Oh, yeah, the old scary guy.
Yeah. Adrian Zmed is having a birthday today, but we really don't care about that.
It was his partner.
He got to work with her.
Wow.
Do y'all remember that? I think that goes back to, that was T.J.
Hooker. Yeah, wow.
Yeah. That little guy that never learned anything from William Shatner. He was too confused by her being close to him. He couldn't focus.
Wow.
This is one of those little things in history that you didn't realize. But today was the day that they moved JFK's body to its permanent location.
I've been there.
I have never been there. And the flame is eternal.
The eternal flame.
Yep. I've been there. I've probably seen that, I don't know, 5 or 6 times.
Really?
Yep.
No, I'd like to see that one day. That interests me.
And the Unknown Soldier. Oh man, let me tell you.
Laying of the Reef.
Oh yes, sir.
As you were just saying, something that you never watch, Greg, and I know they still run reruns of this. Did you ever pause on the network when the final show happened in '68 today? You remember that?
No.
Out west?
No.
Okay. Those costumes really were hideous, weren't they?
Yeah.
I just never watched it. I mean, I'm happy for you and yours if you liked it, but that just wasn't my cup
There was a
of tea.
couple Batmans I didn't like, but I like Batman. He was the one that didn't have all these superpower. He had gadgets and.
He had Morgan Freeman in one of the movies. I forget which one that was.
Yep.
But it was different. The whams and y'all remember all that?
What?
John Wayne or Clint Eastwood could have whooped Batman, Spider-Man, and all these other space invaders that y'all was watching. I'm telling you, John Wayne would have whooped them.
And who didn't want a power wagon back in about 74?
Simon and Simon?
Yeah. No. Think back right before that. It would be buried, and you'd hear that whistle of that engine go. Next thing you know, Chuck Norris climbing out of there after they tried to bury him. Long Wolf McQuade.
That's right.
That was the beginning of a legendary man.
He didn't have to wear long johns and a cape.
No, he didn't. 1970 would be a hit. Still a hit today. Everybody still likes the song. Is when you're running down our country, man.
Walking on the fighting side of me.
It was 1970. He was really making a name for himself so much that by 1972, his criminal record, it would be flushed away.
Probably my all-time, if I had to pick one favorite.
Haggard?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so much of his music that you never hear. You know what I'm saying?
Put on radio.
I mean, you can get online, and which I'm learning a little bit there, Odie, but you can. I find so much Merle Haggard. You can find something you've never heard. I mean, he sang a lot of music. Yes, sir.
He had one of the most distinctive voices that ever rolled out of country music.
The Hag's awesome now.
A guy that did get out of prison, turned his life around for the most part there before hooking up with Bonnie Owen, and you know everything was good up until then. Then the payments never stopped.
That's right.
Ruh-roh. Let's see what else happened today. It would be 72, and I think you like these kind of movies. Of the bad guys.
Yeah. Let me tell you.
Oh, yeah. I've got the box set. Oh, that's good.
VHS.
I sure is.
Yep.
Do you have anything to play it on anymore?
No, I don't.
I got a VCR at the office that I wanted to auction.
I want to say my wife gave away all my VHS tapes.
Oh,
I still got all mine.
The Godfather is just awesome.
Marlon Brando, was he in that?
Yes.
Okay.
That he is just. That's
all right, let me test Greg here and see if he knows one. Down in Louisiana, where the black trees grow, lives a voodoo woman
Bobby
named
Bear, Marie Laveau.
It was 1973 that he recorded it on this day. Well, you too blank ugly for a rich man like me.
That's right.
Handsome Jack, wasn't
it? And we say she mumbled and she stumbled and
she went,
yeah. Another man done gone.
Y'all, if you want to laugh today, go back and remember that song. It was one of the most, the silver screen, the days of when Hollywood was such Clark Gable and those stars of that nature. We would lose a magnificent woman today. It was 1975 that Susan Hayward would pass away. She was one of those from the gilded silver screen age there to where stars were stars, and she was just absolutely beautiful in her time. Let's see. One of my all-time favorites. I don't know if Greg ever watched. I think.
Oh yes.
It was a movie, and it was based on Mississippi. As you get down to it, the heart of it, what goes on at a crossroads in the Mississippi Delta.
Oh yeah. Where he sold his soul.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Crossroads, the movie. It was '86, and it had that little guy that was in.
Ralph Macchio.
Yeah, that was, what was that movie?
Karate Kid. Yeah. Wax on, wax off.
And he was doing that with a guitar.
Yeah.
And that movie. And I always tease Willie when he comes to see us. Say, "Call me Willie," and that was a big hit from that show. Go back and watch that one also. It would be 1992. Hard to believe. I remember bumping into John. I think it was somewhere around 95 at a Super 8 motel in Nash Vegas. I was getting out and going to the car, and here come John Anderson walking out. I said, "Wild dog." We're rooming next to him. John Anderson had a number one there with straight
at the Super 8.
Super 8. He didn't stay at them fancy places. I'm telling y'all, you want to meet somebody that's one of you, this is the man.
I forgot how much I liked his music. I heard Lion Blue Eyes yesterday.
Lion Blue Eyes.
Yes, sir.
Charm me. And it just got every song that John had normally painted a story. The most influential. He done an incredible version of Long Black Veil.
Yeah.
But I saw Flaking Paint and a Broken.
Oh, it goes by the house.
Yeah. The mailbox barely standing by the drive.
Yes,
I can
sir.
almost read the name. that Johnson boy from down the street was asking if the kids could come and play.
That's right.
I said, no, I guess not today. And it's all about his wife leaving him in a divorce, and he can't tell the little boy next door
that they ain't coming back.
Yeah, he couldn't do it. Whew,
he's strong now.
Of a better time and place. Golly, it sends chills up you, y'all.
Yo. Show better than you make my speakers go boom boom.
There you are.
It's a song with something for real.
Were y'all really aware? And maybe you knew this, that Marshall Matt Dillon had a brother that was also a big movie star. Did you know?
No, James Arnaz.
James Arnaz had a brother.
Really?
Yeah, sure did.
That's him.
I think that's him. Yeah, it sure is. Right there, that's him.
Really?
I watched that movie the other day too.
Airplane. Roger. Over under.
He's his older brother.
What?
Really?
Surely you're not right. I am, and don't call me Shirley.
But if you'll look at that, he's just as he's got that big old structure like James Arnaz.
Did you know that they wanted John Wayne for that And John Wayne said, as long as he's making money in movies, he wasn't going to do TV.
Have you ever watched the first episode of Gunsmoke?
Yeah, I'm sure I have.
It starts out with John Wayne going, "Hi, partner. Hey, Pilgrim. I want to introduce you to a friend of mine." And he introduces James Arnaz.
That's Matt Dillon.
Yeah, and the rest is history. I can't even fathom anybody else playing Marshal Matt Dillon. It doesn't make sense. The man just had that. He was a huge man.
Yes.
You gonna tell us a story about the horse?
Matt's horse became Ben Cartwright's horse, the buckskin.
That's a pretty horse.
That's a beautiful horse. And I want to say that horse lived on, because I want to say they moved it like a special needs ranch for little children.
Lauren Green purchased him and donated.
Yes. And that was a beautiful horse.
Ooh. You may or may not know this guy's name was Stephen Hawking.
Oh, yeah. Everybody remembers.
He was, I don't know how to put it. He was a very smart fella.
He looks quite smart.
Oh, he was.
Well,
he had a disease. He could not.
Yeah, he couldn't walk, talk, or anything.
What did he do?
He was a scientist, was
physicist.
he not? Physicist. Guy was smart. Now, his beliefs and mine are way different, but you've got to give credit where credit due is somebody that has a disability that went on to become world renowned for what he done. Again,
Rachel said atheist I go. He believed in two rocks collided, went boom, and poof, there we are.
Like I said, my beliefs do not align with him.
I ain't got nothing for him.
But smart he was, even with his disabilities.
He's not so smart now. He's probably kind of warm.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, that will lead you to things like that.
Yeah.
And you're right. At the end of the day, didn't believe in the good Lord up above. Just don't work out well for him.
I'd rather take that chance. At the end of the day, if I'm wrong, oh well. But if I'm right, and I live in peace for the rest of my eternity, I'm good, and I'm better off than the one that went, oops.
Well, I know I'm right, so we all headed there.
That's it. That's where I'm going.
That's the way it works. So Dolly, 22, she says, no, y'all can't do that. I appreciate it, but I don't want it. She would later be convinced, please, Dolly, do this for us. And she would be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But she refused it at first. What a lady. You just can't knock her. And our thoughts still go with her losing old Carl.
And what she did for the kid, or doing for the kids with the reading.
Yes.
You got that book club. Free. Doesn't cost you nothing.
She is just a lady. There's no other way to word it. I like her a whole bunch there. We'll be right back. We got some more to talk about, things going in the community. It's all up and coming in just a moment. American Portable Buildings not only has buildings, but they also have trailers. They're budget friendly, zero down, no credit check. Come take advantage of these savings today. Take a look at all they have to offer. If it's a trailer you need, they have them from 12-foot to 16-foot to 18-foot, even car haulers. If you're tired of having to borrow a trailer every time you need one, see them today. Call 601-693-6200 or drop by for a visit at 4838 Old Homestead Road in Meridian.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning to save the day. We can keep you comfortable with special savings for your home, like up to $3,000 off new HVAC systems or a tune-up for just $69. Keep the power on with a generator. Get $200 off installs and 0% financing for 60 months. We do it all at Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning and offer financing options for any repair or installation. Call for a free quote or visit us online at HeblonHeatingandCooling.com.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with the gang. It is Fun Friday. Julia is off for the day, not having an empty chair next to Greg.
Just.
Hey, I have a question. Is Judge T still walking?
I don't know if he got an Uber or if he got. I have no clue.
Aren't they working on some horses now? Isn't RW working on a farm?
Well, yeah, I had mentioned to him if Scotty Ray had an old hat he could wear. RW had been feeding some cows for a friend, and I told him that, we'd see if Scotty Ray had an old cowboy hat that he could wear, but I didn't want folks to mistake that he might be filming the sequel to that mountain movie or something.
Does he tuck his pants inside of his boots?
He does one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he wear square toe cowboy boots?
I don't know. He just keeps saying tie-yi yippee. I don't know.
So if Judge T still broke down, maybe they can ride horses.
Well, RW got his fixed, so he's got his back in the road. So
Okay.
Which one of them has been singing that Mel Tiller song? I got the horse inside the saddle.
I don't know, but I'm sure he's been over there because RW's got all them casseroles. You ain't gonna run out of food.
Yeah. It takes up the whole back seat.
That's right.
Did you ever watch and y'all where they made fun of all the scary movies? What was that called? They made fun of Charlie Sheen and all that.
Yeah.
And they had a scene about that mountain movie that you brought up. It was hilarious.
Willie Nelson sings a song about it.
Yeah, and don't you go to naming it either.
I just...
So, RW working hard this morning. He works hard for the money.
Yeah, that's right.
All righty then.
He's working harder than an ugly stripper.
Which brings you to My Name is Earl. Patty the Daytime.
That was it, Dale.
Scary Movie.
Simply named Scary Movie.
That thing was, even a what's his name was in it. It was a Naked Gun 33 and a half where the aliens landed. Do y'all remember that? And he knocks everybody out when he jumps out the car. It really is funny. And
he ate that whole bag of pistachios, and he went and opened the car door in his cop car where he had been on a stakeout, and the pistachios was built all the way up.
Funny.
Yeah.
Just can't beat it there. I got word, and I got sidetracked on that. I got a call that said, I just saw Mississippi Highway Patrol blow through here with about 4 of them, rolling up 19.
Ooh.
So I got sidetracked, and then I got back on track, and I spoke to the high sheriff, and I said, "What's going on up there in your county?" And Eric said, "Well, we got somebody that's been found intoxicated on the side of the road."
Oh yeah.
But the problem was, originally everybody thought this man was deceased. He was flopped on the side of the road.
He was good and intoxicated, as they say.
Yes, sir. And everybody thought it was supposed to be a crime scene, and it just, he'd had a few too many, and we couldn't make it no further. He was taken to a local hospital. It's to be determined if there's going to be charges filed on this or not.
I just started drinking.
I was on my way to Ace to play a piano. I got a recital at 2.
He was playing pretty good there. But we had a fender bender on 22nd Avenue yesterday afternoon. Got a little damage there. 2 cars involved. No injuries, as you'll see that. This is right where they were doing the road work going up the hill by the commercial bank. And the Jimmy Rogers Museum is that light pole right there. It's where that all happened there. A little damage to the car. Nobody was hurt.
That's good.
But it did kind of slow traffic there for a minute because you're coming around those vehicles where they're digging in the road, and then that does happen. Listen, we also had an incident, and I couldn't find it at first. I knew there was an accident. 22nd Avenue, 15th Street. Well, I looked.
That's right there at the door of the ER, ain't it?
Yes, sir. That's where it would be. And I looked for Don. I didn't see Don. I whooped in there, and then I went back over to Jack's.
He was asleep, probably.
And I took a picture from Jack's to let you see just what it was there. But it was a fender bender up in here. Metro and also the fire department was called to the scene. I don't think there was anything major going on there, but they were checked out to make sure everything was okay at the end. I wanted to show some pictures from down at the public library. I remember I got my card, I think I was 9 years old, the same week as I got my Social Security number. Because back in the day, we didn't get Social Security cards when you were born.
You had to apply for it. It wasn't auto-magically given.
I was making $10 every 2 weeks mowing grass, and so I wanted to open me a savings account to save my money. And you had to have a Social Security number to open up a bank account. That's how that all happened. So I got to go to the library, and I got to go back again yesterday. I got to hang out with Miss Lauderdale County's teen. She was very sweet. And I hung out with this guy.
The Eater Bunny.
The Eater Bunny was there. And boy, as we go out back, there were so many great people that attended this. Them horses, the kids absolutely loved this.
You still have your original Social Security card?
Yep.
Yes,
Same one.
If you look on there, it'll tell you not for use for identification.
Yep.
Also tells you don't laminate it.
Don't laminate it.
I did too.
I did too. But
look at these horses. I'm telling you, it was just a fun time for all the kids, and that's what it was about there. It's so many people on they did. It was a big event there, and these kids just ate this up, and we appreciate everyone coming out and taking part of this. I enjoyed it, and we were there for a couple hours or so yesterday afternoon, and they had the readings at 10:30, 11:30 on through the day. We were just had a blast out there with everybody that was there.
I didn't know anything about it. I'd had RW come by and do some of that trick riding.
Yeah.
He could have, since he's horse oriented.
With the lasso and all that stuff, yeah.
I hate to miss that. I can only assume they're going to be back there today. Highway 39, the west side, as you get on Old Country Club, all the way down this road has been blocked because they're removing trees, and on the other end, it's a little bit worse than it is here. So be careful cutting through by Commercial Bank there.
And that comes out on Poplar Springs Drive?
Yes, on the back side there.
Yeah.
Did we mention the house fire that happened yesterday morning?
Ooh, oh man, I tell you what.
Let's go there and take a look at what the fire department, what it's like arriving on the scene. Let's back this up here.
I tell you, that's a fire. That is hot.
That's
dude
warm.
Is rolling. I mean, that is a solid.
Coming out the windows there, isn't it?
Man.
And they had the street blocked off there. We're going up to it there. So those things, and Lord, we hope that doesn't happen again today.
We'll say that one's under investigation.
Uh-oh. Investigation. So that...
All fires are under investigation. For
This one
two things. One, not to say that anybody started it, but you've got to find out how it started, which goes along and helps with the prevention side.
I got you.
So, yeah.
Something to think on there. Coming up, do what's that?
She's being ugly to me again.
Julia? Yeah. No.
Told me I look like I work for Chiquita. She knows how sensitive I am.
That was Chiquita. Look at his smiles, don't it? It does look like a banana, don't it?
That was downright ugly. We'll be right back with birthdays.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical, 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian, 601-693-6374.
Hi folks, Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have two locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with I hadn't watched enough American Idol to keep up with this, but a guy that was a contestant on there that apparently was a pretty big star has passed away at the age of 32. They're reporting this morning. Here's a picture here of this guy. Did y'all watch this episode that had him?
I hadn't watched it this year.
Family saying it was a sudden death. I hadn't got into exactly what happened, but wow, didn't expect that one there.
Yeah,
tough for someone to. And did y'all know this guy from American Pickers?
Yeah.
Which one?
Mike.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he had a girlfriend there. That one shocked me. He. It did. I saw that and I thought, wow.
All right, then.
I think I was fooled by that. I really didn't.
What are you saying?
I'm just saying,
well,
I didn't expect that. I don't know what thing.
He didn't think he played on that team.
With RW out there.
I was, what's his face? The guy that passed away.
Frank.
Frank, you can tell exactly where Frank was in life.
Yeah.
I often said, Mike, he's a little different.
No.
He was different. He didn't talk the same as Frank. I had to say I like Frank a lot better on the show.
Frank spent too much money on signs, in my opinion.
But did you see where his estate was worth $6-7 million?
Yeah.
He done okay swapping signs.
Yeah, but he spent $9.
Oh.
Just looks good on paper.
Yeah.
Rump row. That does happen there. We had a famous, this girl was out of Mexico, and she was a rodeo star. She's passed away at the age of 20. We pass along condolences to that family. It's been several tragedies that we just didn't see it. She died in a car accident. Big rodeo star. And those happen.
Man.
Hate to see that. Have y'all seen Aaron Rodgers? You know the guy that used to play football?
Yeah. Well, he left.
I didn't get that channel.
He left Wisconsin, the Cheeseheads. He was with Green Bay, and forever. And he was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then he left there and decided he wanted to try and go get a mediocre team. And his skills would bring it up, kind of like what Brady did with the Patriots. So he went to the Jets. And he wasn't no good.
He knows more about it than me and you ever will. He was spotted on the beach. They're doing this thing to where he doesn't have an agent at this point. He's been spotted on the beach, kind of confused there. There he is.
Well, he dated Danica Patrick.
Who?
For a little while. Now, I know.
Who's he?
Danica. You know who Danica Patrick is?
Dan?
The race car girl.
I have no idea who he is. He or she?
Danica. It's a she.
Okay, I don't know her.
She was a champion. What was that open top race car? What Formula?
I don't know.
Whatever. And then she tried to go to NASCAR and run, and they gave her an award for finishing a race.
Yeah. She got a participation trophy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that these days in sports of people. Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
That's
wrong camera.
Yeah, whoops. We thought you just might want to see the ceiling for a moment there. Let's get a moment here and let's go back and take a look. Let me refresh this. Let's talk about weather before we get into the birthdays and anniversaries of what's going on. Let me pull this back up and go to severe weather for what is coming. Let me get to day 2 here. All right, here again is our path of what we've got when it comes to what is coming tomorrow. Again, this will stretch from Lafayette, Louisiana to northeasterly across here to Huntsville, Alabama, take in over to Columbus, Georgia, down to Dothan, Alabama, into Florida through Pensacola, and then back up, taking the most of the state up to Tupelo in Mississippi. We're expecting severe weather, a level 4. We want you to be on your ultimate. When you hear a alarm go off in your area. Make sure you already have a weather plan. And when we say this weather plan, what we mean by that is, do you know where you're going, where your safe place is? Is it a tornado room? Do you have to leave your home, go to a neighbor's? You know, even if you have to go to a store that stays open that is well built with thick walls, you know, if you're headed to town, the only place you know to go to is a Walmart or a place like that. Know where you're going, what happens, especially if you live in a mobile home. These winds are horrible. They can destroy a home as well. I don't want anybody to think that to get a false sense of security because it's a brick house that it won't be damaged. That's not the case.
It don't matter which one of the three little pigs built it. If it's a F3, 4, 5, F2, it's probably going to get destroyed. All we saying is you stand a better chance.
Yes.
I mean... And don't be embarrassed or ashamed. Put that helmet on. I mean, it's the flying debris. But the biggest problem we see when tornadoes and storm damage is people wait too late to make a decision.
That's it.
Odie has preached that and preached that. Know what you're going to do beforehand. And we hear it all the time. You know, a lot of people joking, but some of them serious. That's all y'all ever talk about. But, well, it don't take but one time. You know what I mean? It doesn't take but one time. Nothing ever happened. All y'all talk about is how bad we scare people to death. I'd rather scare you 999 times and you thinking it saves your life that one time. I mean, you know, again, we don't make the weather. We ain't steering it, and it can change.
And we don't know
in
where
a moment's notice. It can change.
So
all we say is we love you and be safe.
Mitt brought up, if you're inside, you can't hear the sirens. And the sirens were not developed for you to hear inside. They were developed for farmers. Being outside farmers, and you need to be within like 3 miles of that siren. They were old. It's going to cost a lot of money to upgrade them because when we got them, they were obsolete.
And you're still not going to be able to hear them. If they were all working.
Change. New days with these houses, your daughter's building a house.
Yeah.
And it's going to be sealed. And I don't care if it was, well, she does have a siren. It's going to be probably
2 miles,
a quarter of a mile at the most, maybe a half a mile from them. She's not going to hear it.
Nope.
Because the house is sealed and it's quiet. And your TV's on.
Those sirens, Greg's opinion, and this is just Greg's opinion, they're useless. Don't count on that siren to save your life. That's not what they're for. Now, do they work in certain areas?
They do.
Do you think about out west where they have a lot of tornadoes? They won't even have rain. Most of our tornadoes are rain wrapped. So you're not going to be outside digging taters with the tornadoes coming around here.
No.
So just, again, use common sense.
Take your phone and pull up text message. And at the top where it says, who are you texting, type in 888-777. Then go down to the message part of what you want to send and type in 39301.
Or your zip, whatever it may be.
No. Right now, 39301.
Oh, that's the only one that'll work.
Well, it's the way it's set up right now. And that's why we're looking at a different system that will even make phone calls. But right now, if you've got a landline, you can set that up to receive a phone call. But right now, it's text message. So the phone number is 888-777. It's just those 6 digits. And then the message is 39301. Send that, and you're going to get a welcome in English, something in Spanish, and then they're going to get you another one that says, hey, sign up with your email. Do not do that. Just do that text. You're signed in, you're there, you're ready to go. That's all you do, and you'll get every one of them.
Notifications in your phone, make sure to turn that on. And it follows you where you're at, and it makes a loud alarm from your phone. A NOAA weather radio, one of the best still things. Make sure there's batteries in it. It goes off, you'll hear it for miles.
Yes.
And by all means, follow us. And I want to say this about this. I'd mentioned this earlier this morning. Make sure. Let me again stress this about following us on YouTube. This is our channel here. You can sign up and follow us on YouTube. We'll be live on YouTube as we are on Facebook. You can put this on a large television screen. And you can watch it in your chair, and you can make comments from your phone on Facebook or YouTube. You can do both, but you can watch it on television. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. Another thing that I want to make clear, and I think everyone in this room knows this, not everyone, and let me use the word weather junkie, people that pay attention to weather. I mentioned this in one of the posts that I put out. There's people in your neighborhood, especially when it gets to the elderly, that may not at this moment have an idea that severe weather is coming because they just don't pay attention to events like that. Make sure if you've got someone in your community, especially the elderly, you drop by. Today's a good day to do that and go, hey, did you know we have some weather moving in tomorrow?
Just want to check on them.
Yeah, and each of us within a mile there, someone, check on them. Make sure that they're okay and they're ready for what's coming.
Yeah,
I want everybody to be safe on this. Very serious weather concern, level 4 out of 5. We could have some tonight, but our main concern is going to be tomorrow, anywhere from 10 a.m., 10 p.m./11 p.m., and I expect storms to begin 2:30, 3 o'clock by afternoon. Again, the timeline on that can change as it gets a little bit closer there. We'll watch it very closely. We're coming back in just a moment as we travel along this morning.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Hi folks, Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have 2 locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Hey, did y'all hear about that little group that got together New York yesterday? About 98 of them. They thought, let's go have a sit-in and sit around and chant.
Uh-oh.
They tried that at Trump Tower. They're in jail now.
Good. In Chicago?
I thought it was, is it Chicago? I thought it was in
I don't know.
New
If
York.
it's Chicago, I was wondering if Julia was part.
No, this was New York. Where they just busted on up in there.
Oh, she'd probably start a scene in New York from Chicago.
She'd do things like that on that broom.
That's right.
Well, it'll take long to get there, wouldn't it?
Twitched her nose.
She'll be back next week. Y'all don't worry. She's coming back to defend her honor, correct?
Yeah, okay.
No comment from that. As we move along, we got any birthdays there, Otis?
We got a couple of them coming in. We've got Jerry Clay's got a birthday today. Joyce Fairchild's got a birthday tomorrow. Benjamin Seals has got a birthday. And Wanda Cheney has a birthday. And then Mitt Sharp Creek is celebrating 26 years of marriage with her husband.
Well, there you go. Hope y'all enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Greg, have we left anything out? I also wanted to mention this, and I'll let you expand on this because you were in forestry. As we've talked about trees falling on home, also riding roadways, you can be hurt by trees.
Absolutely. And if this, again, timing is the big thing. We hope it don't happen to begin with. But you go around that curve and that tree's across, it's too late. And every time we have these storms, somebody ends up in a tree that's across the road with a car tore up.
Yes.
Please, stay at home if at all possible when the weather, and even after the weather, stay at home. Slow down. Assume that right around the curve the road is closed, because it could be.
Yes.
just pay attention, and never, and I repeat this again, never ever approach a downed power line. Assume that every line is hot, unless that guy with the hard hat on is standing there.
That works at the power
company. That works
company?
for the power company.
As you say that, what do you think the likelihood of us losing power? What do y'all?
Very, very high.
Very low.
So
somebody's going to listening. Somebody going to lose it. I'm just telling you, somebody's listening now going to lose power.
Make sure to, and let's go over this about what you need to do. Of what all do we need to get prepared for power outages? What do we need to take? What needs to be charged? What do we do?
Oh yeah, cell phones, batteries, extra battery pack that you can get. You can buy them at just about any store out there.
Where you can plug your phone up to.
Where you can plug your phone in it. You keep them. Make sure you have in your safe box a list of medications, your insurance papers, your ID, some cash. Have a little portable safe that won't burn up in a fire, that you can take with you, that's got all your important stuff.
Do we need to chain this to ourselves, Odie?
No. You just have it with you.
Well, I didn't want to get blown
And
away.
it doesn't hurt to have your vehicle full of gas, because I mean, you don't know how widespread this is going to be.
Yep.
We're I hope and pray we ain't talking about another Katrina or nothing, but still, if you need to go somewhere in the middle of the night, you ain't gonna have time, or you're not gonna want to stop and get gas. Just fill up with gas. If you ain't gonna sell it or wreck it, it ain't gonna hurt nothing to fill it up. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Generators. Don't just go once a month and crank your generator up and let it run and think you're doing good. Crank your generator up and put
a load on it.
Put a load on it and make it operate something.
And don't ever hook it up without a transfer switch, and then your back feeds through the power line, and you'll be killed. A lineman that's out there trying to fix
or a volunteer
your power.
fireman.
That's right.
Power company comes and says that line is dead, and then they go over cutting the tree up, and next thing you know, you've back feeding power. And let me tell you, that's one of those charges. It's not good. That holds a high sentence, and I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's a felony now, because people have gotten hurt. You get caught back feeding into a power line, that may be a felony charge now.
Did we mention Wanda's birthday there?
We did.
Okay.
Now, Lisa Spears we didn't, and Gabrielle Lawson we didn't mention. Her's 34 years old tomorrow. So we've got power trucks are getting ready, headed. We know we've got Red Cross called yesterday, and we've got them placed. They're bringing in a couple of 18-wheelers to stage to be ready to.
And again, we hope we don't need any of this.
But
if you do need it, you want it there. You want it readily available.
You want it there. Yeah.
And let's talk about this before we get out of here this morning. If there's an emergency, what warrants calling 911, and what warrants calling an agency direct? What defers this? Do you know what I mean by that?
During the storm?
Like American Red Cross, you're trying to reach them. If they're trying to reach just your office to tell you something, or what is the process? What should you do?
You can call us at our office, and I'll give you that number, and I'll give you time to get a pen. If it's an emergency, if you've got a tree that's fallen on your home, or you've got something that is an emergency, 911. Always call 911. Our office number is 601-482-9852. And we're going to be in there. Just let it ring. If we're not where we can pick that phone up, leave us a message, and we will call you back. But if it's an emergency, definitely by all means call 911. Then we're working with them. We're in contact with them constantly. They can make sure that we get that information. We monitor their radio traffic. They monitor ours. But even if it's something minor, a tree across the road, call 911. That it's a better record. We have just a better way of tracking all these incidents. We need to know where damage is at. That goes along with being able to go out and survey damage, and being able to turn that into the state, which can turn it into FEMA, and that right there tells us if we may qualify for some help for our families. It's a huge threshold, but we've still got to know where these damages are so we can get them. We don't go monitor Facebook to look for damage. You do need to call us. We've got 1,000 things going on. To call in and report to us, let us know what you've got. Now, if you've got a little storage shed and a tree fell on it, there's nothing we can do about that. It's got to be your home before it can qualify as damage.
Say that number again there. There's some more folks wanting.
All right, 601-482-9852.
That's the number there.
That's our office.
Let me ask this. When is a time during emergencies like this going on that you would call the Sheriff's Department directly, or you would call the Meridian Police Department directly, or any other agency, instead of calling 911?
I wouldn't, because nobody's going to be in front of that phone.
You're going to be out.
And you're stopping up. You're flooding the phone system. It's like, if you look down the highway and you see ain't nobody got no electricity, you probably wasting your time calling, reporting, because somebody's done reported it. You know what I mean?
You can check all that online.
But still,
check online to see if it's been reported, because these people.
EMEPA is an automatic report. These new boxes we got now will automatically say, "Hey, I've lost."
But I can't stress enough how busy everyone is during these times. Like Odie says, I called, nobody answered. Well, I'm sorry, there's 9 million things, and every one of them is just like you. They think they're the most important problem at that particular time.
And we're
and
trying
to you
to
it
get
is. And we're trying. We're not downplaying it. We're trying to do the best we can. But kind of like a little boy with the dam leaking, you got to get the biggest hole first. And everybody's leaking when
everybody's
like
leaking a little bit of something. Yeah.
Greg, I wanted you to bring this up. You got a sheet there in front of you. This is going to be happening Sunday afternoon.
Yes, sir. The Meridian Will Be Saved prayer walk at 3 p.m. and I believe that's starting at the courthouse, the new courthouse.
Yep.
Government complex.
Going all the way to City Hall. Is that correct?
Yep.
Multiple churches. Expect a large crowd.
Line
and
up
again,
at 2 o'clock.
if you can't walk, go park at City Hall. Yes. But the Spirit of the Lord's going to move on this city, and good things is going to happen. Just proclaim it and say it.
We got a big thing going on at the Temple Theater. Let me see if I can find that.
Lewis and Steph Foley's got 16th anniversary. So, Stephanie, happy anniversary to y'all.
Also on Sunday afternoon, the Temple Theater is going to be having a big show for musicians from the Meridian area who have passed on. They're doing a benefit concert down there for that. Scott McQuaig will be there. Britt will be there. This is all going to be happening this Sunday afternoon at 6 o'clock is when that will happen there. And, of course, at the Temple Theater is where that will go on, as you'll see there. Come down and be a part of that. It's a great big show there, so you can check that out as well. Have we left anything off that I'm aware of? And if you have an event, please inbox us if you've got something being canceled tomorrow. Let us know so we can put the word out for people not to be worried about coming to that.
Oh, she says her anniversary is Sunday. So, happy anniversary coming Sunday. And again, like Greg brought up, check on our elderly neighbors. Just stop in, check on them. And if a storm does come through and we lose power, definitely check on them.
And take care of your pets.
Pets.
Ooh, yeah.
Don't leave them outside. Don't do it. Bring them inside. If you don't want them inside the house, at least bring them in the garage.
Well, I mean, Bear's got Harold in. He's already in with a bale of hay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Round bale.
Folks, we want to say thank you for letting us be a part of this. Odie, as we depart for this weekend, I'm going to let you pick a Bible verse for us to depart on.
The Lord picks us James 1:5 today. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. No matter what we do in life, we should always include God and talk to Him and have Him bless us in our decisions. Ask Him which way we should go. Sometimes what He tells us is not what we want to hear, but He always has our best at heart. If you want to see the power of prayer come together Sunday, the prayer walk for Meridian, tonight, today, pray that Lord puts his hands over our area, our friends, our family, our community, everything, and to keep us all safe. The Lord can do this, Jesus Christ, through his Father God, and he can come and bless each and every one of us. Y'all have a wonderful Friday. We'll see you Monday. Until then, remember, we love you. Greg, you still love them?
Absolutely. Y'all, please be careful, be mindful, have faith.
Yes.
And it's my sincere hope and prayer that come Monday, everything is going to be all right.
Amen.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.